there is an intimacy in leaving. Obviously not with the person you're leaving or the situation you're leaving or anything like that, but I feel like the intimacy in the leaving is really just within oneself. Because I feel like you kind of build more trust within yourself to leave when things aren't serving you. I feel like it's easy to break a lot of trust within yourself when you break certain promises with yourself. Like if you tell yourself that you're going to, eat better, or if you tell yourself you're going to work out and you don't do either of those two things, I feel like that's how you kind of break the trust within yourself and you stop trusting your own, your own words or your own thoughts. And when you keep telling yourself that you're going to leave a certain situation or you're going to leave a person because the dynamic just isn't something that you would want out of, a situation that you're in, you kind of break trust within yourself. You start to not really believe in yourself. And when you start to trust yourself after saying something and actually actually taking the action in what you're saying, you kind of build trust. And I feel like that's a form of intimacy that you can only really give yourself. Like how I was talking about just pouring into your own cup. I feel like that's also a part of it. The leaving is knowing that you are worth more and yet you are actually worth what you think you're worth. And you believing that is you leaving. Simply just leaving. It's you literally choosing yourself in a situation. Because you staying in that situation is you going against yourself and believing that, this is the best that you deserve. And when you leave, that's you telling yourself that you know you're worth more and that the action that you're going to take to prove to yourself that you know you're worth more is to simply leave that whole dynamic and to leave it in general. And that's kind of how you build yourself into a person that you want to be. It's like a painful process, but as you go through it, you'll be stronger the next time that you may have to leave a certain situation. And it might not even be like a relationship dynamic. It could just be even just like a job or something like that. And now that you've kind of gone through the reps, you've gone through the life reps, you understand that leaving is the best option. Leaving is you choosing yourself. Leaving is you having the trust within yourself to do better and to know that you can do better, in the future. And I think that's how you build yourself up into being somebody that you want to be. Because that person that you want to be is somebody who fills their own cup, they choose themselves. And when something isn't serving them, when they aren't being valued, that person leaves. They don't stay in a situation that makes them question their own self-worth. They just leave. So yeah, that's what I think. That's why I think that there is an intimacy in leaving, because you're building that intimacy within yourself, because you're going to be with yourself forever. So why not build a really strong connection with yourself? Why not build trust within yourself by leaving? So yeah, that's what I got today. Ooh. If you're in a situation, I would say leave. It's probably the best choice. And that choice is probably you choosing yourself. So yeah, that's all I got. Be breezy. Please end the video.